What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for watching. Today we have the Mossberg 940 JM Pro. This is a Jerry Miculek inspired semi-auto shotgun, and I have been wanting one of these for a very long time. So it's a great looking shotgun, but it's also a semi-auto 12 gauge that comes in right around $1,000, which is actually a good price point for a high quality semi-auto. So again, this is a collaboration piece between Mossberg and Jerry Miculek. If you don't know who he is, I don't know where you've been. He is a legend in the firearms world, competition shooter, known for having one of the fastest trigger fingers of all time.
2.99.
That is Jerry Miculek, and now that I've got his shotgun, I'm hoping that it will help me shoot faster because I need all the help I can get. This thing is brand new, just brought it home today, and it has never been fired, so let's change that. All right, let's take the first shots. It holds 9+1, so 9 in the tube, 1 in the chamber, and these are the very first rounds I've ever put through it, and it's low brass birdshot. So if it malfunctions, we'll cut it some slack. Maybe. Oh yeah, that feels sweet. Really nice. Whew. That is sweet. As you can see, it ran flawlessly, locked the bolt back, and the first 10 rounds were low brass birdshot, and it cycled them flawlessly. For those of you that don't know, semi-auto shotguns, especially in the beginning, usually prefer some heavier ammo. So next up, we're gonna try some double-aught buckshot and see how this feels. Getting a little shrapnel. That was sweet. I actually don't feel much of a difference between the birdshot and the buckshot. And that was full power double-aught buckshot, and the recoil is very similar to the low brass birdshot. So that's a good thing. Some of these modern semi-auto shotguns really have the pistons dialed in, and the way that they accommodate the gas is pretty high tech compared to the older stuff. So I love it. Birdshot and buckshot, it ran fine. Let's go ahead and try some slugs. You can see that big old girthy 12 gauge slug. Let's see if it runs these. Flawless. So that's all 3 of the major types of shotgun ammo: birdshot, buckshot, and slugs. And the birdshot was like really, really cheap. Low brass birdshot, and it cycled all 3 of them perfectly. And to be honest, I do not feel much of a recoil difference between the 3, which is pretty cool. Well, obviously Jerry Miculek is kind of known for speed, so much so that he can actually outrun a semi-auto shotgun with his trigger finger if it's not cycling fast enough. I'm nowhere near that fast, but I assume this shotgun was built for speed, so I want to see how fast we can shoot it. I might have outrun that. That joker was flying. Boy, that trigger can really go. I did not expect it to go that fast, and it kind of surprised me, to be honest. Okay, well, it is a shotgun. It can only cycle so fast because it has to go back far enough to pick up the next round. Shotgun shells are big, etc. But the trigger in this thing is phenomenal, and that's what allowed me to shoot it that fast. That was the very first time I ever even tried to run it, and that's probably the fastest I've ever shot a semi-auto shotgun before. Whew! Well done on the trigger. Holy crap. And And even with low brass birdshot, it is launching them shotgun shells pretty far away, and they're all in about the same area. That's probably 10 to 12 feet from where I was standing, so it's cycling forcefully. So there's really not a whole lot to talk about with this shotgun. You've seen it, we've shot it, and we definitely know it runs well, but I'll go ahead and tell you what I know. Again, it is the Mossberg 940 Jerry Miculek Pro. Obviously a Mossberg design, just with some of Jerry's improvements from what I understand. This one has a 24-inch barrel. They do have shorter versions of the 940 Pro. I'm not sure if they have an 18.5 in the Jerry Miculek edition, but 24 inches is kind of the perfect middle ground in my opinion. It's long enough for hunting, shooting clays and stuff like that, but still short enough for defensive use. And it's the perfect size for 3-gun and competition shooting as well. Not too many crazy features to talk about, all the regular Mossberg stuff. It does have an ambidextrous safety, which I love, big extended charging handle and bolt release. And this one actually has a over travel screw and the trigger guard. So you can set that right where you want it, which is cool. It does run choke tubes. Right now we have the cylinder choke in it, which is what I usually run unless I'm gonna be shooting longer range, and that's about it. It does have a cool gas system. I'll try to run pictures of it here. Apparently, it has a cleaner running gas vent system than a traditional semi-auto, so you can shoot it a lot more and clean it a lot less, which is great for me because I do not clean guns very often. Obviously, it does have all the gold buttons and switches, which is probably a personal taste. I'm not gonna lie, I do think it looks pretty cool. I could take it or leave it, honestly, but the shotgun does feel pretty good. Sometimes you pick up a gun and it just feels like a tank, really dense, really well made. This doesn't quite feel like that. It feels like a Mossberg, and I think Mossberg makes great shotguns, especially for the money. So it's no Benelli M4, but I would say this is probably the best semi-auto shotgun I have ever tried that's right at or under $1,000. And I'm sure you all knew this moment was coming. Next up, we have a watermelon. And over the years, I imagine we have probably destroyed more watermelons with shotguns than any other type of firearm, mainly because they do it so well. But what I don't know is which type of shotgun ammo works best on a watermelon. I assume it's between birdshot and buckshot, so let's find out. We'll go ahead and start with the birdshot. This is a heavy game load, so for birdshot, it is pretty powerful. Okay, definitely not bad, and that's a first. I don't know if the camera captured it, but I just got absolutely smoked in the side of the face with a piece of watermelon. Never had that happen before. And the double up buckshot. This is 12 pellet law enforcement double up buck, so it should obviously be a little more powerful than regular 9 pellet. Yeah. Well, I don't know how they look on camera, but I would say that was pretty definitive. I actually thought they would be a little more similar, but when you're shooting close up like this, you can really see the difference with the double up buckshot. That was quite a bit more dramatic, even on a watermelon. Next up, let's try a coconut. I haven't shot one of these in a very long time, and what better tool than a 12 gauge shotgun. And obviously a coconut is a much smaller target than a watermelon. So for this one, we'll just go ahead and use a slug. I don't want half the pellets to miss the target, so. And that right there shows you the power of a 12 gauge shotgun slug. It's not very often that you see a reaction like that on a coconut. Usually they just poke holes and don't do any damage. That one got obliterated. And this is what's left of our coconut. I assume that is the entrance hole right there, and it basically just split it in half and removed everything that was inside. And that's why I love shotgun slugs. It basically turns your shotgun into a close range 72 caliber rifle. and clearly they do a lot of damage. All right, guys, that's the Mossberg 940 Jerry Miculek Pro. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, I would put this probably right up there at the top of the list as the nicest semi-auto shotgun I've ever tried that is at or under $1,000. The price on these is what makes them so appealing. I love it. It ran perfectly, and I would definitely recommend it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit the like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.